Sandy, so Niara finished with 9 points, didn't miss a shot. How would you assess this first start? I mean, it didn't look like there was much rust.
No, not at all. She looked great. It was great to have her back out there. I think we can just build on that. She's always consistent. Every time she gets minutes, she's just consistently and great. She knows what she does and how she can help us.
And Stewie, for you, KB is shooting, I believe it is 59.3% from three right now. You played with her back in Seattle.
Don't
I think
jinx her, okay?
in 2021, and you see her doing what she's doing now. It's not just the shooting, but just what do you make of the growth you've seen? Because you've seen her 2021 and now, and is she making a case for Sixth Player of the Year?
Are we there yet with the award thing?
No, there's a thing early.
Be the Sixth Player of the Year. Honestly, I think with KB, like what I've seen the most is the way she's really kind of took ownership of the role that she's in. And whenever she's on the court, she's motivated to help the team, but also very confident. And I think it's tough, especially when you come to a new team, whether it's, in Seattle or when you come to New York last year, finding that groove. And now she's found it, and she's just doing what she does best and playing confident on and off the ball. So, yeah, vote for her whenever voting happens.
On the way away. A few games to go.
40.
35 to be precise.
Yeah, there you go.
Hello, congrats on the win. I want to kind of build off that. I'll direct this question to Coach. Tonight, Kennedy becomes the second player in WNBA history to have 3 perfect games from three-point range with at least 3 attempts within the first 9 games of the season. So what does it mean to have this brand of box score insurance and reinforcement off the bench, especially with several departures from the second unit over the offseason?
Yeah, no, it's important for us. And we talk about our bench, our depth. That's we need to lean in to them. And I had a great conversation with Kennedy in the off season about what her role would look like. And this is exactly what I imagined. We have confidence in her, and it was more about her getting extra comfortable in our system and being confident and and playing her role. And I think it was, she had moments last year, but she didn't have a training camp, but she was in early. She's looking good, feeling good, and her players, knowing that her players and coaches trust her out there.
Appreciate your time and insight. Congrats on the win.
Hi, 2 questions, one for Breanna and one for Kennedy. First, for you, Breanna, since your arrival to New York in 2023, the team has the most regular season games holding their opponent to below 70. So for you to be one of the key anchors of that defensive team, how has that been for you?
Yeah, I think since coming to New York, we have a standard that we hold ourselves to, and I think we've only continued to grow and develop that chemistry. But defense is like a pride thing, and really making it tough for the other team to get easy looks or get out in transition. So just proud of the way that this team plays on both sides of the ball.
And then question for Kennedy. How special are games like this for you when you can have just an electric 3-point shooting night, but to do it in front of stars like Coco Gauff and Lisa Leslie, how special is that for you?
It's very special, honestly, but I feel like the crowd plays into that. Everyone playing well for games like these, So the fact that we have big stars coming into our game, home games, like I said, it means a lot. And we just do our thing. We try to give a win every time we play at home, and we just want to be consistent, So.
Matt.
Sandy, we talked a little bit pregame about Courtney Vandersloot and what she means for this team, but it would have been really easy for you guys tonight pulling ahead with that 12-0 run to start the game, just to kind of go through the motions and fall into that complacency, which has been an issue at times. What was it, or what did you see from your team that allowed you guys to not just, take a big lead, but kind of hold on to it throughout the entire game?
Yeah, going into the game, we just talked about what that looks like and how scary that could be when someone goes down, an important player, it could be lifted up. So it was about we spoke about the expectations that we wanted from this group tonight, and I thought we're pretty consistent with that. We had some, obviously the last quarter, don't really, that was a bit of a blur. But overall it was, It's attention to detail. I think we're very intentional with how we want to play, and when we get away from it, well, I think we're quickly to get back to it. And it starts on the defensive end. For the most part, I thought we had a physical presence. We were being disruptive. I got a lot more deflections tonight, and when we have high deflections, we usually do quite well. And it was good. I mean, Sabrina was great, and Stewie and KB, but everyone that came off, were a threat, and that's what we need as we move forward.
Hey, Coach. I just wanted to ask a little bit more about Sabrina. Felt like she controlled the game and kind of made every right decision. How would you describe her as a learner, and how much feedback does she, really want in between games when she's studying, and kind of, especially her decision-making with the ball? How, I guess, communicative is she with the coaching staff and all that?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, we want Sabrina to go out there. So the ball may be in her hands, and then some games we may want to put her off the ball depending on how she's being defended. Today was one when we wanted the ball in her hands, and just how, it was easy for her to get downhill, and she's such a great facilitator. Just some of the passes, I know the one for KB on those open side pick and rolls was great for us, but she just keeps maturing as a player, plays at both ends of the floor. And it's been big for us, but, obviously Olaf's her coach, so he sits down with her in preparation and knowing how they're going to defend her, what she should or could be doing. And then, we just try and put her in actions where she can have success, and she's so smart. I mean, she's going to be a great coach one day too.
Mm-hmm. Hi, everybody. This one's for KB. In addition to the three-point shooting, you were able to find a lot of really good driving lanes to the cup tonight. Just how do you think your three-point shooting has sort of helped amplify your ability to drive to the basket more?
Just be more aggressive, knowing that now that I'm getting those open shots, I know that defenders are going to be closer up to me now. So just knowing that I have that drive also, because I haven't been able to get as much drives and a lot of two-point shots in the RA now, so I gotta implement that in more. But I mean, I gotta be more aggressive, So just not only relying on my three-point shot, but just being more aggressive to driving to the basket.
Hey, Breanna. A 19-point win today, but the loudest cheer probably came when Coco went up on that Jumbotron. Saw you had a moment with her post-game. Yeah. What did you say there, and how important is it to have this kind of cross-sport support for women's athletes?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I thought it was incredible for it to get so loud for her. And she said it was her first WNBA game. So for it to be her first one and for it to be a Liberty game, it's really special for us. But really just saying congratulations on all her success most recently. And we're happy to have her. Hopefully she'll come back, and she's an inspiration to everyone. And, it's motivating having people like that on the sidelines, just coming here to watch us do our thing.
Right. Wilson.
Hi, Kennedy. In the last few minutes, both Sandy and Stewie have talked about how you've embraced your role on this team. Just wondering, in your own words, what that role is and what you've done maybe in the off-season, practice, camp, wherever, to set yourself up for success in that area.
Just staying in the gym, honestly, just working on my three-point shot. That's basically what I did this off-season, and then also going overseas. Just staying ready, honestly. When my name is called, going out there, shooting the shots that are open, and then just being able to be a good teammate, like making sure that my other teammates get great shots as well. Just credit to off-season, just never stopping that grind, because I just want to be better every year. So.
Hey.
Thanks, Brian. Hey, team. How you doing? Great win. This one's for Briann and Coach, actually. Just want to speak defensively. Last game versus the Sky, you had 9 blocks. You follow up today. You have 5 blocks as a team. Stewie, you had 2 of those. And Sab had a career, matched her career high with 4 steals tonight. What do you think about the team's effort defensively, especially without having JJ in the middle tonight?
This is for me, right? You both. Okay. You.
I mean, I think, I liked our defense. I think, there was a few small lapses where it was like a breakdown and they got an open look. But I felt like our hands were in the passing lane a lot. There was a lot of deflections. There was a lot of tips that ended up into steals. And, especially with their 2 bigs, we know that they're a paint dominant team. So making sure that we give them tough contested shots and get ready to rebound and run.
Hey, Coach.
whether it's the target on your back or championship, hangover, teams often have a hard time repeating. Obviously, a lot of games to go, but here you guys are sitting with the best record to start a season in franchise history. What has gone into that, and what would be your advice to teams coming off a championship to locking back in like you guys have?
Yeah, it is a great question, and we've spoken about it before we started the season. It was more celebrate that first game, our achievements from last year, and then it's last year. This is a whole new year. We've got new goals, we've got new standards and expectations of ourselves, and it's coming to work every day and just making sure that we're process-based. We want to do that again. We know it's very hard, and there's still areas we got to get better at. But these players, it's credit to the players, just how focused they are to come in and that we can push them because we want to have greatness. We want to be the best. And to do that, you have to come to work. And these players do that. And so lucky, it makes, my job and the coach's job easy because of the kind of players that we do have.
Thanks for today.
Brianna, a non-game question, but the condensed schedule has come up a lot recently, especially with Phoenix and your guys' recent schedule. I'm curious what players want. Obviously, the 44 games was part of the CBA negotiations. You guys knew that was a possibility, but what do you guys want to see happen as far as scheduling goes?
I think that what we want is, we want to play the games, especially if that's what is wanted in TV and having these sellout arenas and stuff like that. But I feel like the hardest part is no matter what, when I was playing 36 games or 32 games, it was in the same amount of time as 44 games. I love that. So just kind of being conscious of that. I know on both ends between April and October, there's things happening. But I think that's one of the biggest talking points in the next CBA is all right, how can we make it so teams aren't playing 4 and 6 3 times in a season? And continuing to have the rest and recovery so that we are at our best. But it's tough. It's a tough thing.
And is cadence, the separation between games, something that you guys have communicated with the league prior about wanting more separation or wanting more downtime between games?
We've had the 4 days off is unrealistic. I think, we want 2 or 3 days between games, but also if you look at schedules, it's our team has 3 back-to-backs. Some teams have only 1 back-to-back. That kind of question coming up. But it's something that we all just need to improve upon. And, everybody's schedule is tough. It gets difficult at times, but we just want to be able to have it make a little bit more sense because we have these stretches where it's 3 and 4 days, and then we have 1 and 7 days off, and I get scheduling can be tough, but maybe we can all work on it together.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.